Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. Today we're going exploring some of the best rap albums of the 21st century.
Looking at what the fans have said, actually, we're going by a list ranked on the top10s.com.
Right. It's all based on what music lovers like you're saying.
Yeah, and of course, best is always going to be subjective, right?
Totally.
But it's still super interesting to look at a list like this and see what's resonated with people.
For sure. What albums have really stuck with people and why?
Yeah, and what I really like about this site is that it's not just a ranking.
Oh, yeah.
You actually get a bunch of comments from fans
Interesting.
explaining why they love each album.
I see.
Like what makes it so special to them. And so we'll be checking out both the overall picture, the ranking, and
yeah.
also looking at some of those individual comments.
Cool. So we're going to get like the big picture, the overall view,
Yeah.
but then also some more personal takes on things.
Exactly. And just to give you a little taste of what we're dealing with here, we've got some huge names in hip hop on this list.
Oh, yeah. Like who?
We're talking Eminem,
Okay. Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar, Kanye West,
Big names for sure.
but there are also going to be some surprises along the way.
Cool.
Some lesser-known artists, some albums you might not have heard of.
Awesome. Well, I'm ready to dive in. Let's start with that top three, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. So at the very top of the list, in the #1 spot, we have the Marshall Mathers LP by Eminem.
Oh, yeah.
The fans are going crazy for this one.
They are very vocal.
Yeah. Some even say it's not just the best of the century, but the best rap album ever.
Like of all time.
Yeah. So tell me, what was going on with Eminem at this point in his career when this album dropped?
Well, this was his third studio album,
Okay.
and I think it really cemented his status as a global, icon,
Thankfully, yeah.
It was huge. And it touched on a lot of personal stuff for him, too.
Yep.
Themes of fame, family, his struggles with mental health.
Heavy stuff.
Right, and it resonated with, a massive audience.
Yeah, it definitely struck a chord.
For sure.
Okay, so moving on to #2, we have Good Kid, M.A.A.D. City by Kendrick Lamar.
Such a good album.
The praise for this one is all about the beats, the lyrics, and the whole message behind it. One fan even said listening to it's like watching a movie.
I've heard that, too. It's so cinematic.
Yeah.
The storytelling is on another level. He's painting this picture of life in Compton.
Yeah.
Themes of poverty, violence, and the search for identity, it's all there.
It's deep.
What I find so fascinating about Kendrick is that he doesn't just rap about these issues.
Yeah, he does more.
He presents them in a way that makes you really think critically about them.
You come away with more than just a head-nodding experience.
Exactly.
All right, rounding out our top 3 is Kanye West with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Classic.
One commenter called it an understated masterpiece.
Understood.
Right. Seems like a bit of an oxymoron for a Kanye album.
Well, he's never been one to shy away from grandeur, that's for sure.
And so many people were highlighting just how influential this record was on hip-hop culture as a whole.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, in terms of production, Kanye was pushing all the boundaries.
Oh, so?
It's maximalist, you
Yeah.
know? Like layered samples, orchestral elements,
Wow.
a ton of guest appearances, huge names all over this album.
So it was like a statement piece?
Yeah, a statement piece. And it really shifted the sound of hip-hop, I think, moving forward.
Now, I have to point something out.
What's that?
Going through this list, I noticed that Eminem
Yeah.
has not 1, not 2, but 3 albums in the top 10.
Oh, yeah.
We've got the Marshall Mathers LP, obviously, then the Eminem Show and Recovery are both in there as well.
Yeah, Eminem definitely has a strong showing on this list.
And let's just say the comment section is a bit divided on this.
Oh, yeah. Some controversy.
You could say that.
Yeah.
Some fans are like, yes, this is what we want.
Yeah,
But then others are like, okay, this is a bit much.
I can see that.
Like 3 albums in the top 10? Is that too much Eminem? I don't know.
It's definitely a lot.
It's interesting, though, right? Because his sound has evolved so much over his career.
It has. Like, if you listen to the Marshall Mathers LP, it's got that raw, aggressive energy.
Yeah.
But then you go to the Eminem Show.
A bit more introspective.
Exactly. And then Recovery, it almost has more of a pop sensibility to it.
It's true. So what is it about his music, do you think, that connects with so many people across all these different eras and styles?
That's a good question. I think he's a master storyteller.
Yeah.
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 And his ability to connect with listeners on an emotional level, that's undeniable, no matter what style he's working in.
It's real. It feels authentic.
He does.
Okay, speaking of artists who connect on a deep level,
Yeah.
we got to talk about Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it's sitting pretty high on the list, But what's really interesting is that some fans are arguing it should be at the very top
Above the Marshall Mathers LP.
of all of them.
Wow.
One person even went so far as to say it's one of the best albums of all time in any genre.
Bold statement.
Big statement.
Yeah.
What makes To Pimp a Butterfly so special?
It's ambitious, that's for sure.
How so?
It's not just a rap album, it's like a musical and social commentary.
Yeah.
It tackles these huge themes like race, identity, police brutality,
Heavy stuff.
but he does it with such incredible artistry,
It's powerful.
and sonically, it's groundbreaking.
In what way?
It blends jazz, funk, spoken word. It's a true fusion of styles.
It's experimental.
It is, and I
Yeah.
think it paved the way for a new wave of hip-hop artists to be that experimental.
To push the boundaries of what a rap album could be.
Exactly.
Okay, we've got another iconic album on this list that I think we need to talk about. Jay-Z's The Blueprint,
Oh, man, a classic.
a landmark album. And one comment simply said, "This is the blueprint of rap music."
High praise.
Pretty much the highest praise you can get.
Yeah, and I mean, it's considered a classic for a reason.
Like what makes it so good?
Well, first of all, Jay-Z's lyricism on this album,
Yeah.
next level.
Really next level.
And the production, primarily handled by Kanye West, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Top notch.
So it's kind of a recipe for success.
Yeah, it really was.
And it's interesting to think about just how influential this album has been, too.
For sure.
So many artists after Jay-Z have cited The Blueprint as a major inspiration.
Yeah,
You can hear its influence in the music that came after it.
absolutely. It really was a game changer. I mean, Jay-Z took rapping to another level on this one.
In what way?
Like, he showed how you could have this intricate wordplay, storytelling, and this really powerful delivery,
Okay.
and it all comes together to create a masterpiece.
It's not just about spitting rhymes.
No, it's about the whole package.
Now, this list, it's full of these big names we've been talking about.
Yeah.
But it also includes some artists you might not be familiar with.
Oh, yeah.
For example, we have Lil White and his album Doubt Me. One comment said it's one of the best Memphis and Southern rap albums ever.
Interesting.
So who is Lil White and what's so special about his music?
Well, Lil White, he represents a very specific regional sound,
What do you mean?
the Memphis rap scene.
Ah, okay.
It's known for having these gritty lyrics, hard-hitting beats,
Okay.
and a very distinct flow.
So it's like a different flavor of hip-hop. Well,
Exactly. And it's a good reminder that hip-hop is so diverse.
it's not a monolith.
No, there are these incredible pockets of creativity all over the country.
Right.
And Lil White really embodies that Memphis sound.
I love that.
And you know what I love about Doubt Me Now?
What?
The raw energy. It's unapologetically Southern.
And that appeals to you.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
It just pulls you in with this honesty and authenticity.
Cool. And it just shows you, like you were saying, that hip-hop is so diverse.
Totally. And all these different sounds and styles.
They all contribute to the overall picture.
Exactly.
All right, so let's shift gears a bit here and talk about some of the newer albums on the list. So we have A Beautiful Disaster by Jelly Roll,
I've heard good things.
and then another album by Lil White,
oh,
also titled Lil White. So I guess he's keeping it simple.
straightforward.
What's interesting here is that we're seeing these artists, right? They're evolving.
Yeah.
They're continuing to release music.
It's cool to see that progression.
Yeah. And people are connecting with it.
They are. Someone even said A Beautiful Disaster could be one of the best albums of the year.
Really. That's high praise.
It is.
So what do you think it is about these newer works that's resonating with fans?
I think it's fascinating to see how artists grow and change over time, you know?
Yeah.
And Jelly Roll, in particular, has had this really interesting journey.
In what way?
He went from being known for this country rap style
Okay.
to now exploring more introspective themes
Right.
and collaborating with artists from all these different genres.
So you're pushing boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's still finding an audience that connects with that evolution.
It's cool to see.
It is.
I mean, this list is dominated by big names, right? Like the Eminems and the Kendricks.
The Jay-Z's.
But it's exciting to see these newer artists kind of making a splash as well.
Definitely. And I think it speaks to the vitality of hip-hop, you know?
What do you mean?
Like, it's a genre that's constantly evolving.
Yeah.
New voices are emerging all the time.
Yeah.
That's what keeps it fresh and exciting.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, let's just shout out some other notable albums on the list.
Sounds good.
We have Lupe Fiasco's The Cool,
Oh, classic.
Mad Villainy by
Oh.
Mad Villain,
Oh, love that one.
and 2014 Forest Hills Drive by J. Cole.
All amazing albums.
So give me the quick rundown. Why are these albums significant?
Okay, so Lupe Fiasco's The Cool is a concept album
Oh, cool.
known for its complex wordplay
Okay.
and thought-provoking themes.
So it's an album that makes you think.
Yeah, it's not just surface level.
And we have Madvillainy.
This is a collaboration between rapper MF Doom
Okay.
and producer Madlib.
Nice.
And it's considered a classic, like, underground hip-hop album.
I see.
It's just got this really unique sound.
Yeah.
It's different.
And then lastly, we have 2014 Forest Hills Drive.
This is J. Cole at his most personal and introspective, I think.
Yeah.
It's the album that really cemented his place as one of the, like, leading voices in contemporary rap.
I can see that.
Yeah.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground already, but like I said, we're just getting started.
Yeah.
What's clear is that 21st century rap,
It's been a good century.
it's full of variety
There's so much variety.
and innovation.
Totally.
And it's been awesome to see like these fan favorites emerge.
Yeah.
But it's even more interesting to kind of dig into why these albums resonate so deeply with listeners.
Right. Like, what is it about them that really connects with people?
And that's what we're going to be exploring in part 2.
Stay tuned. It's interesting, isn't it?
What's that?
How so many of these albums, going through this list,
Yeah.
they're not just...
They're more than just beats and rhymes.
Yeah, they tap into something deeper.
What do you mean by that?
Well, they're like these cultural snapshots,
Okay.
reflections of personal struggles, and in some cases even, like, calls for social change.
Right.
Like we were talking about Kendrick's To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah.
That's more than just a collection of songs.
It's a statement.
It is. It's a statement.
Yeah, To Pimp a Butterfly, it almost feels like
Like a sonic essay.
yeah, like a sonic essay.
Tackling these big social issues head on.
Exactly.
And I think that's exactly why it sparks so much debate.
Oh, yeah.
It's challenging listeners
In what way?
to confront, like, some unclearable truths.
Yeah.
It's not just about nodding your head to the beat.
It's about more than that.
It's about engaging with ideas and perspectives that might be unfamiliar or challenging.
It's making you think.
Yeah, it's making you think.
And it's amazing to see how much these albums mean to people.
Oh, yeah.
Even if fans disagree on which one deserves that top spot, there's so much passion behind those arguments.
It's not just like a casual disagreement. It's
Yeah.
like people really care.
Yeah, and I think it just speaks volumes about how deeply these albums resonate with listeners.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're soundtrack to people's lives.
Yeah.
They provide comfort, inspiration, even a sense of community.
It's like they're part of you.
Totally.
They're part of your story.
Okay, so we've talked about like the Titans, the Game Changers.
Yeah, the big names.
But this list also has some surprises, right?
Oh, for sure.
Lil White
Yeah.
having 2 albums on this list.
It's pretty impressive.
It is.
It is.
And the comments about Doubt Me, now,
Yeah.
they really highlight how vital these regional scenes are to hip-hop's evolution.
Absolutely.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Lil White represent like,
Like that raw Memphis sound.
yeah, that Southern grit.
Correct.
And it clearly resonates with fans who love that style.
Yeah.
It shows, again, like we were saying before, the breadth and depth of hip-hop as a genre.
It's not just one thing.
No.
It's a whole world.
And it's not just geography, though, right?
Yeah.
Like these albums, they
Mhm.
each kind of showcase different facets of the rap experience.
Totally.
Like some are raw and confessional, like Jelly Roll's A Beautiful Disaster.
Yeah, like very personal.
And then the others are more polished and experimental.
Yeah, more like Kanye, for example.
Right, right.
Very produced, very thought out.
So out of all these incredible albums we've talked about,
Yeah.
is there one that really stood out to you?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I know, right? It's hard to choose.
It is hard to choose. I'll admit, I've always been blown away by Madvillain's Madvillainy.
Okay, Madvillainy.
Yeah, it's something else.
Now, some might argue that Madvillainy is too weird
Weird.
or maybe a little inaccessible.
Oh, interesting.
What would you say to those folks who find it a little off-putting?
I mean, it's definitely unconventional,
Okay.
but I think that's what makes it so captivating.
Is so.
Like, MF Doom's rhymes, they're like riddles wrapped in metaphors.
Whoa.
And Madlib's production, it's wonderfully out there.
So it's like, it's taking risks,
It is.
bending genres.
Yeah, and it creates this sonic world that's unlike anything else in hip-hop.
That's a good way to put it.
For adventurous listeners,
Yeah.
Madvillainy is a must-listen.
So it's not for the faint of heart.
No, you got to be ready for something different.
Okay, I like that.
But it's so rewarding.
It's an album that you have to, like,
Did I give time?
yeah, you got to sit with it.
Multiple listens,
Okay.
and you'll discover new layers each time.
So we've explored the top contenders,
We have.
debated Kendrick versus Eminem,
Always a good debate.
and ventured into the world of underground classics.
A little bit of everything.
Where do we go from here?
Well, this list, it's really just the tip of the iceberg, you know?
What do you mean?
There are countless other incredible rap albums out there,
Oh, okay.
just waiting to be discovered.
So this is just a starting point.
Think of this deep dive as like a launch pad
Yeah.
for your own musical exploration,
I like that.
you know? Go beyond the rankings,
Yeah,
dig deeper into different subgenres,
right.
discover artists who speak to your soul, you know?
That's good advice. But for our listeners out there who might be feeling a little overwhelmed,
Overwhelmed.
by the sheer volume of music that's out there,
Oh, I know, it can be a lot.
where should they even begin?
Don't be afraid to get lost in the rabbit hole.
What do you mean?
Just follow your curiosity, you know?
Okay.
Let the algorithms guide you.
Yeah.
And most importantly, listen with an open mind.
Okay.
Remember, music is subjective.
That's true.
What resonates with one person might not connect with another.
So it's not about finding the right answer.
Exactly. It's about finding what you love.
I love that. It's not about chasing someone else's definition of best.
Yeah,
It's about discovering what resonates with you personally.
your own personal taste.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe you'll stumble upon an album that's not even on this list,
Yeah.
but it becomes your all-time favorite.
I love that.
That's the magic of music.
Right. It's a journey.
It's a never-ending journey of discovery.
And rap,
Oh, especially rap.
with all its diversity,
The variety.
offers this really rich landscape to explore.
It does.
It does.
So much to discover.
What's a great point? This list, while insightful,
Yeah.
it's just one perspective, right?
Right.
It's based on fan votes.
Yeah.
It's reflecting the tastes of a particular group of people at a particular moment in time.
Exactly. It's a snapshot,
Yeah.
a moment in time.
But that doesn't diminish the value of these conversations.
No, not at all.
So for our listeners out there,
Yeah.
what's the key takeaway you want them to remember?
It's this.
Okay.
Go beyond the hype, beyond the rankings.
Okay.
Find the music that speaks to your soul.
Right.
Don't worry about what other people are saying.
Yeah.
Just find what moves you.
Trust your gut.
Trust your gut.
I love that advice.
You know, it's about the personal connection,
Yeah.
the way music makes you feel.
Whether you agree or disagree with the rankings,
Yeah.
the important thing is to engage with the music.
Exactly, yeah.
Listen deeply,
Yeah.
analyze the lyrics,
Explore the production.
explore the production,
And most importantly, just let the music move you.
let it move you.
Yeah.
And remember, rap, it's evolved so much over the years,
Oh, it has.
from its humble beginnings
Right.
to its current global dominance.
It's everyone.
It's a genre that's constantly reinventing itself,
Constantly pushing boundaries.
reflecting the world around us.
And that's what makes it so exciting.
There's always something new to discover,
Always.
some fresh voice waiting to be heard.
That's the beauty of it.
That's the beauty of hip-hop.
Yeah.
It's a living, breathing art form
It is.
that continues to surprise and amaze us.
It never gets old.
So what's next for you on your own musical journey?
Ooh, good question. Any artists or albums you're itching to check out?
I'm always on the lookout for fresh voices,
Yeah.
pushing the boundaries of the genre.
Yeah.
But, revisiting some classics is always a good idea, too.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe I'll give The Blueprint another spin,
Ooh, nice.
see how it hits me now.
I might have to join you on that one.
Yeah.
It's amazing how music can reveal these new layers of meaning as we grow and change.
I love that.
It's like having a conversation with your past self through music, you know?
That's a beautiful way to put it.
It is.
All right, so before we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Yeah.
let's raise a toast to the artists, producers, and fans
Yes.
who make rap music such a vibrant and vital force in our lives.
Couldn't agree more.
To the beats that make us move,
Yes.
the rhymes that make us think,
Absolutely.
and the stories that connect us all.
Cheers to that.
Wow, we've really been through it all, haven't we?
We have fan favorites, regional gems, even some controversial picks along the way.
Yeah, it's clear people have strong opinions about their rap music.
They do. And that passion, I think, tells us something really important.
What's that?
It's not about, like, trying to crown one objectively best album, you know?
It's not about finding the one true king.
Exactly. It's about those albums that, like, hit you in the gut.
Make you feel
They
something.
make you think.
Or just make you want to blast it in your car.
Yeah. The ones you connect with on a personal level.
Emotionally, intellectually, maybe even spiritually.
Exactly. Think of this whole list, as like a treasure map,
Okay, I like that.
pointing you towards different sounds, different stories waiting to be discovered.
Like it's a starting point for exploration.
Yeah, exactly. And think back to those comments we read,
Some wild ones in there.
Some were all about like the technical skill,
Right.
like the flow, the wordplay,
Production.
and then others were about the raw emotion an album evoked,
The feel.
the feels, and some were like fiercely defending their favorites, even if those albums weren't ranked #1.
Oh yeah, that's real dedication.
It is, and it's a sign of a truly great album, I think.
How so?
Like Unk Sparks' Conversation.
Debate.
Debate, yeah.
Long after it's been released,
It stays with you,
It stays with you.
and it makes you want to share that experience with other people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, for our listener out there, what's the one key takeaway you'd want them to walk away with from all this?
That's a good question. I think it's this. Go beyond the hype, beyond the rankings,
Yeah.
and find the music that speaks to your soul,
I love that.
It's not about chasing someone else's definition of best.
Right, and about finding what resonates with you,
What you love.
what you love, yeah. Trust your own taste. Allow yourself to explore different sounds, styles, stories.
And you never know. You might stumble upon an album that's not even on this list,
Yeah.
but it becomes your all-time favorite.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the magic of music.
It's a journey.
It's a never-ending journey of discovery,
And rap, especially.
especially rap.
It offers such a rich landscape to explore.
So much variety.
So much to discover. It's amazing.
So what about you? What's next for you on your musical journey?
Good question. I'm really intrigued by some of the newer names on the list.
Yeah.
Like Jelly Roll.
Yeah. A Beautiful Disaster. I'm curious about that one, too.
Yeah. Just the title alone, it hooks you in.
It's evocative.
Makes you wonder what kind of sonic journey you're about to embark on.
Exactly. There's something so exciting about discovering these new artists
Yeah.
who are pushing boundaries and creating something fresh,
It keeps the genre feeling vibrant and alive.
for sure.
Yeah.
Revisiting some classics is never a bad idea either.
Oh, absolutely not.
I think I might give The Blueprint another spin.
Ooh, nice.
See how it hits me now.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
I bet you'll pick up on things you didn't notice before.
Maybe. Yeah. It's amazing how music can reveal new layers of meaning as we grow and change.
It's like revisiting a familiar place with a fresh perspective.
And noticing things you never saw before.
Exactly. Like music acts as this bridge between our past and present selves,
I love that.
offering this unique window into our own evolution.
That's beautiful. Well, folks, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the top rap albums of the 21st century.
It's been a journey.
We hope you've enjoyed the ride, maybe discovered some new favorites,
Expanded your horizons.
and perhaps even rekindled your passion for hip-hop.
Keep those ears open, those minds curious, and those speakers bumping.
That's right. Until next time, keep exploring the world of music. There's always something new and exciting waiting to be discovered. Thanks for joining us.